Hello. So I just wanted to get on here and do a quick video while it's hot on my mind. Um, Getting ready to go to the gym and everything, but something that I feel like I need to share. Something that's been a hard lesson for me as somebody who grew up being demanded to respect, which I believe in respect. I'm a huge advocate for just being an all-around respectful person. Everybody should be respectful towards any person that they meet, regardless of age, family dynamic, family members, it doesn't matter. We have to teach children respect by showing them respect, just like we teach them anything by showing them. So with that, I just kind of wanted to share a little bit about myself and growing up. That was something that was huge in our family. My dad, he would look at us a certain way and we would straighten up. That's how much respect we had for him and still do. And I'm not going to get into the details of my dad and my relationship, but it's something that I've taught my children growing up. That respect is earned, and that even with your parent, your children should be respected, and then they should be shown how to reciprocate that. Of course, they're kids, and that you have to teach them, you have to discipline them. That's completely different than respecting them. I'm not one to call my children names. That's disrespectful. Something I've never done. I'm not one, I do yell at them. I've learned a lot from that, and I've learned to control a lot of that, and that's also stemmed from my childhood. And then, like I was saying yesterday, a lot of times I was passive aggressive, and I get to a point where, oh my gosh, I get mad and I lash out, and they're not doing their chores, and I have to stay on top of them. But that just comes with raising teenagers, especially raising them on your own without the disciplinarian in the house. I did it by myself. And then, of course, some of it probably stems from them having, losing respect for me because, of the different situations I've put them in with men. I can understand how they can lose respect for me. And I haven't always been the best of mothers either. I have my issues that I had to work through, and I'm at a place now where I think my kids kind of know, and we can work on that. And that's one thing I've always taught them. If, we've always sat down, if I'm in the wrong, I apologize to them right away. If I lose control, I apologize to them. If I was disrespectful, and I wanted to teach them we're all human and things happen and we do things, but we can come back and when we're calmed down and talk about it and sit, I've always taught my kids that. And I knew back then too that I was dealing with generational narcissism and things like that as well. So, it's just big for me. I think it's important as parents to teach our kids that we can be respectful, and that starts with responding to people versus reacting to them. And that's been huge for me, and I've really come a long way the last couple of years with this. Learning how to process something before you respond. And that's really the difference. You react, you get mad and just blah, and just get angry and get in people's faces and have no self-control whatsoever. That is a projection or reaction to something that made you mad. And all you're going to do is go back and forth. With narcissism, a narcissist will lash out and get angry and yell and fight and just lose control. When you mix substances with that, it makes it worse. But when you're calm, and narcissists hate this because, what? I know from experience because I used to hate it too. But now I've learned to respond versus react. You process what was said or done or whatnot, And then you can respond to whatever they're lashing out about. And people who are controlling hate to not be in control. If you're a controlling person, that is a narcissistic attribute. That is narcissism. If you like to control, and one thing that they hate is when you're going to sit there and be calm and respond to them instead of fueling the fire with rage and reacting and things like that. And I'm telling you, my son, my oldest, is a generational curse breaker, because I can remember as far back as to when he was a little boy, where how would he got the blunt of a lot of the stuff that, a lot of the discipline and stuff like that the children got. He always was a hard head, very strong-willed, just like me. And we clashed a lot, just very strong-willed, hard-headed, things like that. I don't remember what book it was, but I remember reading that children like that, and this was when I was learning, about family, and probably in my studies somewhere, I don't know, but I think it was actually a book. I have to look it up. But children who are like that, let them be like that, because they're born leaders. And he was, and it would make me so angry. He would do things so hard-headedly, and we've gotten into some of the worst arguments and stuff like that, and really bad stuff. But as he's gotten older, he has taught me, when I lashed out and got angry and things like that, to respond, because he used to do that with me. He would be calm. Okay, Mom. When he was in his early teens, he started doing this. He would be calm, and it would make me so freaking angry because he wasn't reacting to me. And that's narcissism. That's narcissism. He would respond to me. And it took a few times for me to catch on. I'm like, wow, my kid is teaching me here. This is a teaching mom moment. And that's another thing. My kids have been the best teachers for me. And it's even better now that they're adults. I see things that I taught them, don't ever put up with anybody's bullshit. I don't care who they are. And a narcissistic adult, especially family member that have this matriarch or attitude, think that they, that because they're who they are, then they automatically get respect. No, that's not how it works. It didn't work for me as a mother, and it's not going to work for anybody else in the family who's an adult. If you're disrespectful to a young adult child, then they're going to reciprocate that. Mine will, because that's what I taught them. You can't sit down like an adult and talk like an adult, then you're going to get treated just like you're treating. A lot of times you'll do that, but I'm so proud of my son because he responded instead of reacted. Let's look at what's going on. Okay, what do I need to do? And a lot of times when a narcissist does not get the control on that person, they'll attack somebody close to them. And that's kind of what happened to me. So that's how I know that my son was in the right. And I'm proud of him because he taught me how to respond instead of react. It's been a hard lesson, but he taught me that. So I've come to a place where if you can't sit down and be an adult about things that are bothering you, and you let it build up and build up and build up, and you have to lash out at somebody, don't let me, my kids and I are not going to be part of that. But if you want to sit down and talk and be grown-ups and be respectful, then we can talk. And that goes for anybody. Because I'm caught on to that whole narcissism and how they work. It doesn't work with me. And it's not going to work with my kids because they know when they were young, I was a narcissist. It's something I learned. I learned growing up. I learned from their father. And we're breaking it. It starts with us. And I hope my grandkids will know. They'll know how to it'll be, we broke it. And, you know, so you earn respect by showing respect at all ages. Respect is not something that's a gift to you because you are an adult. All children deserve respect. All children should be honored for their feelings and who they are and what their opinions are. No child deserves to be cussed at constantly and hit and called names. That's all projection from hurt, from a mother's hurt or a father's hurt. You're just keeping them in this vicious cycle because they're going to grow up doing the same thing until someone stops it. Why can't it be you? Why can't it be us? I'm 42 years old. It's got to stop somewhere. So respect your kids. So when they're adults, they will respect you. Period. So anyway, gotta get ready for the gym. Have a good night. We'll be on our podcast, by the way. I'm sorry. Tonight, recording about 6:30ish. So it'll be uploaded probably around 7. So anyway, I will talk to you later. Thanks for listening to my rant. Respect.